Welcome, everyone. You are tuning in to Fluent Talk, a new conversation series designed to boost your English listening skills. We are so glad to have you here.
I'm Liam, and this is Chloe. If you're looking for real-life vocabulary and natural English speed, you found the right place. We're here on the English Easy channel.
On English Easy, we make learning both simple and fun. Today, we're diving into some massive debates covering productivity, finance, and modern life. Our topic for this segment is productivity hacks.
And before we get into it, if you are enjoying our discussions, please hit that subscribe button on English Easy right now, like this video, and tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get started. Okay, Chloe, let's start the debate. You have to choose a side. You either embrace the hustle culture and optimize every second, or you just accept being left behind.
Hold on, Liam. Hustle culture. I hear that term a lot. What exactly does that mean?
It simply means that belief, Chloe, that you must work extremely hard and constantly optimize every second of your time to achieve success. It's all about high performance.
That sounds exhausting, but okay. Back to the hacks. What is the latest productivity trick you've adopted this week?
I've finally cracked the code. I am officially a dedicated member of the 5 a.m. club. It's a complete game changer for my entire week.
Wow, you called it a game changer. That's a strong word. What makes you say that?
A game changer is an event or procedure that significantly alters the current way of doing things. For me, it means I get absolute gold, that precious, quiet morning hour to tackle my most important task before any interruptions start.
The uninterrupted time is compelling, but what stops your phone from hijacking your focus? Do you apply a digital detox?
Yes, a digital detox is essential. It's a period where you completely refrain from using electronic devices or the internet. No emails, no Slack, absolutely zero notifications until 9 a.m. sharp.
The detox component, that is genuinely smart. Now, speaking of smart moves, I remember you claiming that sleeping in was your own anti-productivity hack. That's heresy.
Wait, heresy? That sounds overly dramatic. Could you explain what you mean by calling my sleep schedule heresy?
It's a strong, humorous way of saying your idea is completely contrary to the established doctrine of productivity gurus. I optimize for long-term sanity, not speed. I rely entirely on my minimalist calendar hack.
The minimalist calendar? Tell me more. How do you handle all the endless, urgent, small requests that constantly pop up?
They all get relegated to the buffer. It's a key part of my system. The buffer is simply a dedicated, unscheduled, one-hour container specifically reserved for all interruptions and minor urgent emails. It prevents project panic entirely.
The buffer, that's a powerful psychological framework. It sounds infinitely less chaotic and stressful than my current state of perpetual panic mode.
You should adopt it. Now, speaking of sustainable systems, we should talk about where you're wasting money. Your numerous streaming and software subscriptions are becoming totally financially unsustainable. You should adopt it. Now, speaking of sustainable systems, we should talk about where you're wasting money. Your numerous streaming and software subscriptions are becoming totally financially unsustainable.
Unfair. But wait, I thought my finances were solid. I am building an investment portfolio, Chloe. I'm creating a financial safety net for my future.
You have 9 streaming subscriptions, Liam. That is what I call subscription creep. It's where small monthly fees secretly eat away at your annual income without you even noticing.
9 is a strong word. Okay, maybe 8. But they are essential for my relaxation after optimizing my productivity. It's not frivolous spending. I need entertainment.
It is frivolous. You need to focus on a single quantifiable goal. My foundational hack is the 5-step financial buffer, a defined emergency cash reserve that covers 6 months of living expenses.
A cash reserve. That's boring. Money should be working. It's sitting there losing value to inflation. That is not a modern financial strategy, Chloe.
It is the foundation. And while you criticize my buffer, you spend your Saturdays on your so-called side hustle, which is just having two jobs.
Hey, my side hustle is generating income right now. It provides capital to invest. It lets me keep my fingers in the pie. You are too conservative.
You are spending 4 hours driving for an app every Saturday. That is not passive income. That is exchanging time for money. A true side hustle should be leveraged. You should be building an asset, not selling your time.
Wait, an asset versus selling my time. Could you explain the difference between a real asset and just having a second job for our listeners?
Absolutely. When I say asset, I mean something that makes money for you while you sleep, like an online course, a piece of content, or a stock portfolio. Your driving gig requires your direct physical effort, making it simply a job, not an asset.
Ouch. That is an absolute gold definition. But it also means my weekends have been wasted. Why didn't I focus on building an actual asset then?
Because you were busy paying for all those streaming subscriptions. The point is, your money flow is currently directed into immediate consumption. We need a proper digital subscription detox.
Okay, that's a fair counter-argument. You're suggesting I reroute the money I save from cutting streaming services and use that capital to build a true asset, not just fund my driving.
Exactly. Stop paying interest on your credit card debt, create your 6-month financial buffer, and then build your leveraged asset. That's the road to real financial freedom.
You make financial discipline sound like a superpower. You have totally flipped my perspective on the whole hustle culture idea we talked about last segment. This is what I needed to hear.
Good. Now that we've solved your financial chaos, let's talk about something even more chaotic and urgent. AI. Specifically, whether or not artificial intelligence will completely take your job.
Oh no. You are going to tell me my job is obsolete, aren't you?
You'll have to wait until the next segment to find out. But let me just say, if you don't adapt, the digital automation is coming for us all. Good. Now that we've solved your financial chaos, let's talk about something even more chaotic and urgent, AI. Specifically, whether or not artificial intelligence will completely take your job.
Oh no. You are going to tell me my job is obsolete, aren't you?
You'll have to wait until the next segment to find out. But let me just say, if you don't adapt, the digital automation is coming for us all.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. AI. My job requires creativity and human interaction. A machine cannot replicate true empathy, Chloe.
That's a classic defense, Liam. But AI is not coming for the entire job. It's coming for the monotonous tasks within your job. That's the key difference. It's about automation.
Automation. What does that term encompass when we talk about white-collar jobs? Is it just simple data entry?
Automation means using technology to perform processes that previously required human input. In your role, that includes writing routine emails, summarizing large documents, and generating first drafts. These are now low-value tasks.
So the time I spend on low-value tasks is now time I need to spend on upskilling. Otherwise, I face job displacement.
Precisely. Job displacement is when a specific role becomes unnecessary because a machine or technology can do it more efficiently. If you don't upskill, you are voluntarily making yourself redundant.
Wow, that is a serious wake-up call. So what specific skills should I be focusing on to remain AI-proof?
2 things. First, prompt engineering. You need to learn how to communicate effectively with the machine to maximize its output. Second, interdisciplinary skills, combining your creativity with data analysis. That combination is the new frontier.
Interdisciplinary skills. Can you explain that concept in a simpler way for our listeners?
It means bridging the gap. For example, instead of just being a writer, you become a writer analyst who can tell a story and interpret the data that informed the story. It's about being versatile and having a T-shaped skill set.
I like that, being versatile and having a T-shaped skill set. That sounds much more exciting than just fighting the machine. It sounds like an opportunity, not a threat.
It absolutely is. AI is a tool. The people who understand how to use the tool to amplify human skills will experience exponential growth.
That makes me feel significantly better. I was genuinely starting to feel like I needed to sell all my possessions and start living in a tiny wooden cabin in the woods to escape digital automation.
Not yet. But speaking of real estate and cabins, we need to talk about housing. Specifically, the massive debate, is it smarter to rent or buy a house in this insane market?
Oh, that's a classic. And the answer has completely changed in the last 5 years. You won't believe Chloe's take on this. We'll dive into that in the next segment.
Stay tuned. Liam is completely biased towards homeownership, which is why he fails to see the financial power of opportunity cost in renting.
Opportunity cost? No, the power is in equity. Renting is just throwing money down a black hole, Chloe. As a matter of fact, financial literacy dictates that buying is the ultimate long-term wealth strategy.
Financial literacy dictates what, exactly? Many people don't understand the difference between the sticker price and the total cost over 30 years, including interest, maintenance, and taxes.
Financial literacy simply means possessing the knowledge to make smart decisions with your money. And buying allows you to build equity, which is the current value of your home minus what you owe on your mortgage.
But let's talk about the downside of that mortgage and the opportunity cost. For our listeners, opportunity cost is the potential benefit you miss out on when choosing one investment over another.
Miss out on what? Property value always goes up.
Not always, but while you tie up your down payment in a fixed asset, I am investing my capital in the stock market, which might yield higher returns. I am maximizing my mental bandwidth by not dealing with broken water heaters and tax hikes.
Okay, I see your point on mental bandwidth. But what about the stability? When you rent, you have zero control over your living situation. You're constantly dealing with landlords.
Stability is expensive. I prioritize flexibility. If a better job comes up in a new city, I can move tomorrow. You, with your mortgage, are stuck in a location for at least 5 years just to break even on closing costs.
Okay, I see your point on liquidity. So you're saying that buying is not inherently bad, but that a rigid focus on it ignores the power of liquidity and the opportunity cost of tying up capital.
Precisely. Financial planning should be adaptable. There are times when renting is the smarter financial move. But speaking of mental bandwidth, both renting and buying pale in comparison to the mental drain of our next topic.
Oh, what could be more stressful than a 30-year mortgage?
The one thing that constantly drains our mental bandwidth, regardless of our finances, is our constant connection to the screen. We need to talk about burnout and the urgent need for a digital detox.
Burnout, yes. I feel like I'm constantly chasing content and checking notifications. I am suffering from severe FOMO, and my energy is completely gone.
FOMO, or the fear of missing out, is a perfect example of how the digital world harms us. It creates anxiety that leads directly to doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling? That's a new one. Is that just checking the news too much?
Doom scrolling is the tendency to consume excessive amounts of negative news or upsetting content online. It's a compulsive behavior that floods your brain with stress hormones and dramatically reduces your mental bandwidth.
I am guilty of severe doom scrolling. So the goal is to prevent burnout by protecting my energy, not just optimizing my time like we discussed earlier.
Exactly. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. To prevent it, you must treat your mental bandwidth as a finite resource.
So how do we implement a true digital detox without falling behind in the modern world? I mean, I still have to check Slack and email.
It's not about elimination, it's about boundaries. We call it mindful connection. Only check devices at set times, use the buffer we discussed earlier, delete unnecessary social media apps, and enforce a tech curfew.
Mindful connection. Not just a detox, but a discipline. That ties everything together, the productivity, the finances, and now the mental health. It's all about intentionality.
It is, and that brings us to the end of our series, where we wrapped up the 5 biggest debates in modern life.
And not the end of our very first Fluent Talk conversation series here on English Easy. We hope you enjoyed diving into all these high-value topics, from the hustle culture to the very real threat of doomscrolling.
Thank you so much for tuning in and practicing your English listening skills with us. We truly hope that you not only enjoyed the chat, but that you gained valuable knowledge and vocabulary.
We want to hear from you. Did you gain knowledge? Was our pace too fast? Please let us know in the comments below what you want us to talk about next, or if there's anything we can do to improve the show.
Remember the core lessons. Intentionality is key, whether it's with your time, your money, or your attention. Focus on building assets and protecting your mental bandwidth.
And we promise that the next series will be even better with more essential vocabulary and more fun debates. Don't miss out. Make sure you're subscribed to English Easy right now. We'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye for now.